2023 GMC Canyon AT4X. Hugely capable mid-sized truck. And I just wanted to talk about this one here on the channel today, folks. So welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. It would greatly help the channel move along. So also hit that like button as well if you don't mind, as it'll also help the algorithm, and hopefully we can reach the 1,000 subscribers. That is our goal for now anyways. So impressive on the trail, but is the upscale trim worth it? So for those of you folks that are thinking about buying one of these GMC Canyon AT4X, you know, are you willing to pay the extra dollars just to look a little better on the trails? So let's go over the pros and cons here. First, pros: outstanding versatility. Mighty 2.7 liter turbocharged i4 4-cylinder engine, of course. Long-awaited modern interior. Very true. The cons here, though, folks: it's got a professional grade that comes with a higher price. Worse fuel economy than the previous V6. And it only has one cab configuration. So yeah, if you're looking for a different cab configuration, it's not going to happen there. All right, GMC's top player in the mid-size truck dances the trails with Jeep-like footwork, tackles the highway with full-size pickup power, and does it all while dressed in its ski best. The 2023 GMC Canyon AT4X builds on the AT4 trim and is armed with industry-leading Multimatic spool valve shocks, as well as 33-inch tires here, folks. It's got the locking front and rear differentials, which is a big plus for those of you folks that are on the trails. An all-new 2.7 liter turbocharged gas engine and a professional grade appointments inside and out for the sophisticated on and off road. Okay, so as you can see from the pictures here, it's a very nice truck. Well designed inside and out. It's got a great departure angle, you know, when you're off-road. It's got them 33-inch tires, lots of horsepower, lots of torque for a mid-sized truck. I am very surprised, you know, over the next probably 2024, again, we're going to probably, a lot of the manufacturers are going to have some fantastic sales again for these mid-sized, you know, trucks. You know, when you can get one of these trucks that are putting up almost 310 horsepower and 430 foot-pounds of torque, I mean, that's quite a bit for a mid-sized truck. So yeah. The AT4X is it's an evolved version of GMC's AT4 trim, which I've already talked about there, where the AT4's off-road capability is defined by the 32-inch tires, the monotube shocks, and the G80 automatic locking differential, rear differential. The AT4X goes bigger in almost every way. I'm going to go over some of the details here because, you know, looking at the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 bones with GMC level requirements, the GMC midsize pickups share the same frame with improved track width, a 3-inch suspension lift, and all running gear, including the 33-inch factory tires. So the all-new Canyon and the Colorado chassis also supports a 3.1-inch longer wheelbase as the front axle was pushed forward. I've talked about that as well on some of my recent videos. The AT4X separates itself from the ZR2 with unique badges, bumpers, lighting, and interior appointments. Marker lights embedded in its fender flares and other items that you will also take notice here in some of the photos. The AT4X is the only Canyon model equipped with the Baja Drive mode. So if you want the Baja Drive mode, you got to go with the AT4X. Another tool shared with the Colorado, this is shared with the ZR2 model, what else sets the Canyon AT4X apart from its Botal brother bow tie brother, of course, close to a $10,000 difference in price. So if you're going with the Canyon AT4X, like the Colorado ZR2, is one of the very few mid-size pickup trucks waiting on you, Ranger Raptor. So, and you're going to pay, you know, quite a bit of money for one of those as well. So built to handle fast-paced bumps in the dirt with as much composure as when creeping over technical obstacles, okay? The Canyon goes all-terrain, of course. If you're choosing the Canyon AT4X over a Denali or the AT4 or the Elevation trim, you likely care about how the AT4X specific tools work in the dirt, of course. And it's no secret of what they're saying here from General Motors is AT4X has some of the best. Okay, so to start this truck affords you with the 3.0 inch lift and the largest factory tires in the Canyon lineup. It comes with the LT 285 millimeter 70R17 Goodyear Territory mud terrain for maximum traction tires. This makes a departure from the 31 inch Goodyear Duratrack and its 3-peak mountain snowflake snow service rating with these tires as well. Opting for the AT4X gives you the widest 66.3 inch track width of the Canyons. Pulling the front axle forward also gave the Canyon AT4X a 36.9 degree approach angle and a 25 degree departure angle, okay? Minor differences in bodywork give the Colorado ZR2 slightly more aggressive approach departure angles at 33.3 and 25.1. So if you're looking for a little more of an approach or departure, you can get that with the Colorado ZR2, okay? Ground clearance, though, is 10.7 inches, is shared between the Colorado ZR2 and the Canyon AT4X. When the distance between truck and obstacle closes to zero, the AT4X is ready with armored covering all vulnerable parts, all of which the ZR2 also has, okay? Our front bash plate rubber noses with a few rocks and shrug it off blows from dirt hammocks with ease, while the purebred steel rock sliders help pivot the truck around some tighter bits on the trail, okay? So punching the AT4X down a rough track at any time, at anything more than a lively pace, will quickly highlight the strengths of this Multimatic spool valve shocks, okay? So it takes noticeably more work to burn through the track suspension travel. It's got a 10.3 inches in the front and 11.6 out back than in any other trail orientated mid-size pickups, all right? So it's, you know, it's really good for the mid-size segment. However, dumping the nose into a washout with enough gusto or over jumping the tabletop will still push the truck to its limit, okay? So it's got the electronic front and rear locking differentials for the AT4X, worthy of tackling some widely twisted obstacles, and GM recommends for continue to give these functions dedicated tactical switches, okay? The rear locker can be engaged in two-wheel drive with no interruption from the traction for your drifting pleasure, of course. Drive modes in this vehicle, you got the tow haul, you got normal, off-road, terrain, and Baja. Can be accessed by twisting a dial in the center console, as you'll see from some of the photos here. Baja mode promotes fun in the dirt by allowing the driver to choose whether 2 or all 4 tires send rooster tails of soil skyward, okay? So yeah, so it's also paired with the EV-like one-pedal drive, and the Canyon AT4X can bend and flex through some of the toughest trails and keep up with the Jeeps, and I do agree. So yeah, it's very, very worthy. The interior now, let's go over some of the interior because they've done a really good job with the interior of these vehicles. The GMC Canyon trucks, the new interior layout is far superior compared to the last models. With white and red accent grabs your attention from a distance through our testing. Maybe the snow sport inspired trim, you'll see that in the photos as well. It's better suited for alpine conditions with more powder and less crud. Nonetheless, editors, fancied the deep colors and abundant readouts on the 11.0-inch digital dash. And it's got the 11.3-inch center screen. So you got lots of screens there to enjoy on the Canyon, the AT4X. Storage space is not a strength of the cabin though, and although the material choices could be called visually appealing, backseat passengers are treated to rear-facing vents and just enough legroom to keep all but the tallest folks kneeing from jamming into the ribs. So yeah, it lacks a little bit there. I'm gonna be honest, right? The AT4X is luxurious enough though, because it's still one of the most well-appointed mid-size interiors on the market. So yeah, very nice indeed. Now, when it comes to the bump in luxury, is it worth the price? That's the thing, right? Are you willing to pay the extra just to have that little more luxury? Although it's a lifted truck, the Canyon AT4X does not ride like one. It feels relatively agile and sporty while cornering. The Multimatic shocks continue to perform and keep head toss to a minimum, including over diagonally, railroad tracks or real bumpy sections. Okay, so General Motors dropped the 2.8-liter Duramax turbo diesel from the vehicle. They also dropped the 2.4-liter i4, and they dropped the 3.6-liter V6 this time around, leaving one powertrain option. So it's only going to come with the Canyon AT4X, the 2.7-liter turbocharged i4, like I said earlier. It does have, quite a bit of horsepower and torque, like I said. The Chevy Colorado can choose from the turbo, 237 horsepower, 259 foot-pound of torque, and the Turbo Plus with 310 horsepower and 390 foot-pound of torque versions of the Turbo Max. But the Canyon lineup is only powered by the high output Turbo Plus. So if you're buying the Chevy Canyon, it's going to come with the 310 horsepower and 430 foot-pound of torque. So yeah, it's got quite a bit of horsepower and torque for a mid-size vehicle here, folks. So the Canyon AT4X is accelerated from, what they're saying here, 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.9 seconds. Pretty quick. It is fast for a truck. It does the quarter mile in 15.3 seconds, although the Canyon Denali was quicker. But it's pretty quick. It's got a stopping distance of 125 feet, 4 feet shorter than the Denali. Among mid-size pickups, only the Chevy Colorado Trail Boss is 121 feet, and the Nissan Frontier 4x4 SV is 122, and the 2021 Jeep Gladiator Sport Diesel is 123. So should you buy the GMC Canyon AT4X? I personally think if you're looking for something that's got a little bit of luxury and off-road capabilities, yes, for sure. The Canyon AT4 is your truck if you want all the trail tools in GM's catalog, right? So the Colorado ZR2 just isn't fancy enough. So if you're looking for something fancier, go with the Canyon AT4X. I would say, if you compare some of the other vehicles, you get the competitor of the Jeep Gladiator, Rubicon, at a very similar price. It also offers a pair of locking differentials, 33-inch tires, the same. The Gladiator is a stronger rock crawler, of course, but while the AT4X will take the crown when going faster over the bumps in the dirt than the Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, of course. So Now let's get the price. Base price for one of these GMC Canyon AT4X starts at $56,995, and it can get pretty costly after that. So depending on how much more stuff you want to add to the vehicle. But hey, that is the video, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so the next time I upload a video, you will be first notified. Have yourself a wonderful evening. Be safe, and bye for now.